Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Couple Heroes 1 replay. So on the south side is the Panzer force, we've got Pwnstick. So on the north side is the US force, we've got pangolin. What doctrine do I like the most? For all factions? Let's see. Something I also wanted to take a look as well first. That pile of rope wasn't there at the beginning of the game. I just sort of noticed that. Which doctrine I like the most? I'll say it's sort of like Blitzkrieg's manpower blitz is pretty fun. Let's use player has some idle engineers. He may have forgot to rally them. That occasionally happens to all of us. Though I also am a big favor. I do favor also doctrines just simply not as played. Primarily, the British Royal Engineers, just because it's probably the least selected doctrine in the entire game. You don't really see Churchills all too much, and our Churchills are a pretty good unit. So they're pretty good early to mid-game unit, since they are a 3 command point first doctrinal ability selection ability.
Yeah.
As the cannon grab catch the fuel sector there. And Panzer is going to be getting the cutoff sector as well, likely. Rifle squad now deployed on the field, and no doctrine has been selected by the Panzer player. Let's see, other fun doctrines. Let's see. Of course, the least selected pick for the US player is probably Airborne. Airborne can be quite nice. Kenigrad, persuade forward. Has gone for a second Kenigrad. Very nice. Rifle squad does take a bit of damage there. I wonder if that actually probably pulls up a whole lot of my own videos by searching that. Going straight for the cutoff sector, very nice. And we'll start topping off the repairs of the Kenigrad. One thing that's I think is also a little bit underrated when it comes to doctrines is the Schimwagen doctrinal abilities for Panzer Elite. And also the Tank Hunter doctrine has the Panzer Elite landmine for the Schimwagen, though apparently it is technically bugged when playing against Brits, where Brits can't always actually sweep it. So against Brits, it'd be a bit more of an exploit, but against US, it won't be an exploit.
Achtung, enemy forces are attacking our petrol depot.
Jeep rotating around. Feels like they're being decaptured. We do have this Kenigrad take some severe damage there. Does need to get some repairs. And it looks like they're going to just stare at the damage though, admiring the bullet holes. Panzer over here. Kenigrad needs to be very careful there, going straight in the middle of all these horses. Terror Doctrine is not a bad doctrine. You get a lot of fun abilities there. And honestly, I think the King Tiger, the Tiger 2, is actually a little bit of a trap unit. I don't really have high value of it, honestly. It feels a bit more of an emergency tool rather than a power play unit, because it has a really high upkeep of manpower. And I've never seen, compared to other, like, I mostly view stuff in forums in terms of anti-infantry, how effective it is for that. It feels not, it just appears not as great as, say, the regular Tiger tank or the Stu for Blitzkrieg. The V1, and not to mention the Firestorm from that doctrine, is probably the more powerful aspect of that doctrine because of it. Those abilities are quite strong for a relatively cheap munition cost of 150 and 160. Propaganda War is quite nice, expensive, but it does the job quite well. Not to mention Zeal is a pretty good ability, which is, what, free?
The enemy is
and Spartan Assault is situationally okay in comparison to the defense doctrines for the Fatherland. I feel like for the Fatherland's cheaper price makes it a little bit easier, better. Then you got the pistol mounts back at for defense back at for the defensive doctrine, which I'll say, if you make good use of that ability, then something gone very wrong. Because if you're making use of that ability, you're maybe already losing. And of course, the Flak 88 is a good anti-tank gun tool. It's better against anti-tank guns than versus tanks and aircraft. Kenigrad does get repaired on up. The other Kaliningrad is at half health at the moment, and it looks like all the Panzer Grenadiers heading over there to get some repairs onto it. Jeep still rolling around. Panzer Command now deployed in the field, going for some 222s. Good amount of damage there on that 222, or not 222, Kaliningrad. Panzer Grenadiers now looking for some Jeep. We'll get some good damage onto it, but the flamethrower does fall back nice and early. I don't know if he has healing back at home. Possibly. Nope. Speaking of which, he's just now started queuing up the healing back at home. It's gonna be a little bit late for some of these guys. Jeep getting some damage there on the Kaliningrad. And it does get that into the sector, but needs to fall back. Jeep getting some good damage on the Kaliningrad. Not Q move it away after the capture. Flame Engineers.
Have upgraded defensive operations.
Some burst there. Kaliningrad needs to start falling back. Looks like just gonna go, probably be shot up by the base MG. Yeah, does manage to escape, not get hit by that. Rifle squad do take out the Kaliningrad. Best use of Burgundy to get that recovered. Two to two, push way forward, trying to get some damage around that rifleman.
We have territory cut off from supply.
Our squad does fall back there. Flame Engineers do fall back
supply
there.
Lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Engineers starting to decapture the sector there. The Pwnstick players lost quite a few control. Of course, he has a lot of powerful assets, but he's sort of blobbing the Pwnstickers together a little bit too much, which means it's hard to go around capture sectors like that. Our squad being pursued home a little bit. We do not have Draw Center there, so he will not get healed on up. Jeep has been fully repaired.
Ready to execute orders.
Fuel pod captured.
Boss is lost.
Send your mission orders.
Engineers moving forward, getting some damage onto the Flame Engineers. Which faction's the most powerful? I think they're all pretty good. I think Panzer does have the most specialized tools, but most people just sort of just focus around 222s and Panthers, and don't really pay the short barrel Panzer IV all too often enough. Tank depot of the US is quite nice, but most time people focus on motor pool because you also get access to AT guns. Greyhound's more than adequate in most situations. Kind of looks like no armor skirts just yet, so he's a little bit vulnerable to those 222. Nothing to do with Greyhound. Good shot there. And then you got Wehrmacht, who has a lot of good access to them as well. And they have easy access snipers. As much as despise snipers, they're quite strong and easily accessible in Tier 1 as opposed to Weapons Support Center compared to the US. So it feels like Axis has a little bit better attacking path, since it's a bit more linear than optional. Though, honestly, the teching path is mostly just teching with extra steps most of the times. Sort of like computers too, Wehrmacht. And you guys trying to capture this sector there. Brits are gimmicky, and the problem is, if the gimmicks either are very good or a double-edged sword and you just outright lose. There's no middle ground Brits, in my opinion. But yeah, in my opinion, I think Panzer is the strongest, but also hyper-specialized. So you have to know exactly what you want on the field. But that's just one of my opinion. Do now the Tube 2 sort of puts its way forward. Stick bombs do connect on the Panzer Elite. Not Panzer Elite, on the Tube 2. Does get fully mobilized at above 50% health. Light AT track firing away. Another very specialized unit, which can really hurt light vehicles. Those rifle those squads quite quickly there. Flameshooters get wiped out as well. The US player took a lot of losses right there. Granted, the Pwnstick player is sort of blobbing quite a bit.
Attention, the enemy advances.
We await your command. Was ist los? Was ist los? Go ahead, sir. Ready to move.
AT guns sitting on up, try and deal with perhaps the light AT half track. Those out of vision range. It does get in vision range thanks to the Jeep. Jeep does receive a miss there. Pentagondeers rotating around.
We are losing ground.
BD2 is rotating around. Kaliningrad camouflaging his way forward. He's gone for Luftwaffe ground forces. Jeep will spot it. As the AT gun does roll a miss there. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward.
Work done, sir. Was ist los?
M1 AT gun setting on up. Has better infantry. Yeah, the US infantry can be very strong. Sticky bombs is what give them their biggest source of utility, in my opinion, since their infantry-based AT can cause crits, primarily engine crits, which makes units the largest sitting ducks. Granted, the Panzer tracks are a little bit more reliable than bazookas or recoilless rifles as well, which both of those are also even locked behind doctrines.
Jaeger Command is now available to aid our worthy cause.
And Rangers with Thompsons are incredibly good anti-infantry assets as well, more so than I'd say with STG squads. Gonna grab a camouflage his way forward, Panzer trying to hit some hits there on the Greyhound. It's sort of weird how recoilless rifles from airborne squads have pretty much near 0% accuracy against P2s. I wonder that's just sort of bugged out. As we need to fall back there, these guys just softened away. Kaliningrad could receive some repairs at a medic station here. Though, I would say a good Axis infantry would probably be Volkswagens of MP40s. They always seem pretty reliable. And I think some people over-rely on Knights crossovers to a certain degree. You don't really see much in LMG Grens or Stormtrooper STG Stormtroopers. Both of those units are pretty good, particularly STG Stormtroopers, which have, like, when their efficiency 3 gets like some of the highest DPS in the game. Does that a blitz on out of there?
Loud and clear.
Kaliningrad sneaking around.
The Yankees are
And the
grabbing our
Flameshooters will be decapturing
territory.
the fuel sector. The US player just has fuel controls of this region, and the Pwnstick player is not going to dispute it. He probably should send over a Kaliningrad or Panzer Grenadiers to start capturing these sectors one at a time. Queue them all up. Got a squad of Rangers now pulling the field. Of course, they don't have Thompsons yet. They may be being upgraded Thompsons.
Was ist los?
Double 2-2 here. Kaliningrad sneaking around.
The enemy will never be able to match the efficiency of our support command structure.
Kaliningrad getting some good scouting done. He does go for the upgrades Panzer Support Command, which means go for short barrel Panzer IVs, which are, when they have the armor squares, they take up what, 50% less damage from bazookas. Make them highly resilient versus bazookas, Piets, and repulsed rifles. Panzer lead players circle out its way forward. Got the Thompson Rangers ready to lead the way. Flame Engineers and AT gun up there. And he does have Panthers. He's going for Panthers. But he needs more population space, so he needs to capture some of these sectors. Or lose some models.
Ready for combat mission.
Panzers, 24 does get some damage there. Kaliningrad will be spotting some stuff. Thompson Rangers pursuing these Panzer Grenadiers. Jeep does go down. He has access to Panthers now, brings them on in. As he took some population losses, probably just leave one or two of those squads unreinforced. His forces rotating around. And Grad's still right there. There's one Panther. The other Panther is right there.
Vehicle ready for combat.
We are losing a sector.
Men are barely... Contact!
After Panzer battle groups are ready for reposition.
Ja, Herr Kommandant.
Rock Squad does take some damage there. Greyhound not pursuing at the moment. Like a cap track, fires a miss there. Does get engine crit. That's usually its job. Does take some damage from some small alarms. Not going down just yet. Rangers do fire it up. So they're going to be probably ripped apart soon. Rangers with the Thompson upgrade, they don't pass bazookas around. Just got one bazooka up and going. It doesn't fire any more shots off there. And the Rangers will get ripped apart. Or not? Am I crazy? I thought he would go down there. How did he live through that? These guys need to fall back, get some repairs. Over here we do have the double Panthers, not advanced before. Got some US tank traps there, next to some crushed hedges.
Panzer Grenadiers, ready for orders.
Touch this mission sector now.
After extending by.
Fuel sector being captured on up now. Panzer advancing. Panzer Grenadiers do take a bit of damage there. And all the Panzer Grenadiers are falling back. Panzer Grenadiers do get forced off for a brief moment and does receive suppression from the Temple Mount. And does get forced back there. Did capture the munitions sector, so we'll get some missions going. Panzer squad, however, may get wiped on out, being pursued by those 2 units. And this Panzer Grenadier. I suppose only fair that one of his squads escape out like that as well.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Rifleman squad and Greyhound falling back. Greyhound has Emergency 1 now. Flame Engineers don't need to repair it on up. But they are going for a landmine there. Panther still a bit idle there. There was a landmine there at one point in time. And now this light vehicle is finally getting repaired on up. With this many Panzer Grenadiers nearby, it will take no time to repair them up.
We are losing a sector.
Cutoff sector being decaptured. Engineers rotating around.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Rangers firing away. Our squad does fall back, or Panzer Grenadiers both of them fall back there. Panther setting up. Does roll a miss there. And the US player is going for more landmines. If you got the light ATF track pushing the way forward, you have the sky capturing up some sectors, slowly capture the right side of the map. As the players been on a resource deficit for quite some time. Let's see, balance. First, I will say some quality of life stuff is some bigger issues. Patching exploits, things of that sort. One thing I do like about Computers 2 as opposed to Computers 1 is when a unit reaches 0 health, it dies. No crit saying, oh, I got a destroyed gun instead of dying, or I got a destroyed engine rather than dying, or I just take I got another destroyed engine crit rather than dying. That's the biggest issue I would say with Computers 1. Balance-wise, I think in comparison to Computers 2 could have been, they made it a little bit too sanitized with the final patch in the game. Made the game a little bit less fun. Computers 1, things of the sort where I would say Thompson upgrades should remove the bazookas, so there's a bit more dedicated one way or the other, and just keep a slot weapon, so I'd be a generalist all-purpose unit. But also bazookas and pulse rifles should be a bit more reliable, same with Piets, so they can a bit more able to hit their targets. Just some elements of reliability, I would say. Nope, up here, let's see, does receive a sticky bomb there, and M1 hitting the Panther quite hard. I say the biggest, I say the first thing, if they would ever do any more with Cup Heroes 1, if they ever somehow release another patch, see what the game looks like after patching a lot of bugs, and then go from there. On paper, in my opinion, like, for example, the M10s, are superior to the Hellcats, but apparently a lot of players said there's a lot of bugs. The M10s were sometimes rounds just disappear and don't do anything. Panther takes severe damage down to 0 health. We have the focus shot ability there from Light TF track. Sticky bomb there onto the Kaliningrad. Does take a Kaliningrad there. Best use of working together to get that recovered. Another bounce on the Panther. I suppose one thing that could be balanced is I don't think this guy should be that reliable critting every single thing it sees when it comes to its target shred ability. It's a little bit too effective. In comparison, the Martyr could receive a damage buff because right now it's a little bit on the weaker side of our tank destroyer. Things that sort. Bounce there. Maybe the Sherman Crocodile costs more fuel than a regular Sherman tank, and that's a bit more of a specialist unit, and honestly not really worth the fuel cost. Even if it does have the possibility of the bulldozer upgrade. So I think the Sherman Crocodile could probably get a fuel cost reduction. If there's going to be a tank destroyer at 50 fuel, regular Sherman tank is what, 90 fuel? Maybe the Crocodile could be 75 to 80 fuel? Though I would also say the Sherman 76mm upgrade could have a bit more reliability. Just make the pen, not necessarily damage increase, just make the pen even greater, so it's a bit more reliable engaging with the heavier German armors as Panthers. Because right now, 76mm and Sherman tanks in general are relatively rare. 76mm are pretty rare, even rarer. Just slight reliability. If you're going to spend time reducing anti-infantry for your Sherman tanks, it should be a much more reliable hitting pierce the armor of the tanks. And what else would I would say? Can't think of anything on top of my head at the moment. Ritz just overall needs a bit of rework entirely. They're just based around gimmicks. And of course, a lot of their gimmicks is also based on their bugs and exploits, like the Captain Sprint. Like I said beforehand, if you patch the bugs and exploits, it will definitely shake up the game quite a bit. So that would definitely be the first step. Do you have a machine gun placement going on up?
Heavy Panzer ready.
Something for the birds as well. Since they have to spend munitions to heal up their units, changes so it gets a automatic healing aura, but then you have to upgrade the structure further to get the medics to recover casualties. I think that would be a good way to help balance that out.
Target destroyed.
Flame Engineers and Rock Squad could push along the flank there. We've got these guys slowly advancing the other flank. Panther getting turbo repair there. Has a good number 2 still available. Mortar half track here as well. The Pwnstick players sort of blob a little bit there. Overall, this game entirely. I think repairing should cost resources. Overall, I would say no, because it takes time to repair vehicles. It makes that the repair squad, for example, say Panzer Grenadiers, take a bit of time. They're not getting value when doing repairing. If anything, I would say decrease if you think repairing is a little bit too quick in some aspects, should be a bit more costly. Reducing the repair rate of certain units would be a good way to help balance them out. Because then you have to forfeit the capability of that unit as well.
The enemy has destroyed a vehicle.
Pendergrad has gone down. Best use a broken to cover, but the Panzer says no to that. That's not actually what I did with my modding computers too. I decreased repair times for vehicles as well as structures, so the consumption of the unit's time is its cost. And I will also made the units like engineers and that in my computers 2 mod far more valuable. So then spending time to repair is a situation that you have to pay for. Plus, if you want to get other sorts of repairs like repair bunkers, that does themselves cost resources. I suppose that also for, as mentioning what you're saying, cost resources, the Wehrmacht repair bunkers do cost resources as well as engineers themselves. Though something they could do is in the Dawn of War 1, they had resource upkeep. Their other resource upkeep was at requisition and energy, right? Their high value up resource as upkeep for vehicles as well, if you know correctly. So that's another way you could balance it out. So vehicle spam is not too common. And then far away with backline, just kind of took a bit of it there. Summery mortar landed a bit short on the AT gun. Panther taking a bit of damage here and there. Both Panther may fall back. Vtuber will like to go down. AT gun just soft to the way. Plenty of health remaining though. Greyhounds in a good defensive position. And once again, the Pwnstick players forfeit half the map. 30 cal getting hit pretty hard there. Good by Rifleman. Did he go for airborne? I had support weapon center, so he must have actually deployed out a 30 cal manually. That's something that could be buffed as well. The US 30 cal is pretty not great. Upping its suppression by a slight amount would be a good, not a bad idea.
Good job, squad. Keep it up.
US sniper moving around. Better repairs in these forces. Sniper does get shot off there. US sniper may get crushed by the Panther. Panther's now advancing. Do not crush the sniper. They are full health. Greyhound's backing off. M10 at not full health. M110 here for fire support as well. We've got 2 bazookas on the Rangers, so they do get a bounce there. And they do fall back. Bounce there. More half track firing away.
Heavy Panzer.
We are down to 200 points.
Panther sweep forward. Does get a bounce on the Panther. M10 rolls a miss there. 80 gun does get decrewed by a nice ward hit there. M10 getting overran. Greyhound got a pen. M10 does get his main gun destroyed right there. Light tap track pursuing. May not be able to finish off the M10 itself. Greyhound's gonna be hit. Rangers push forward. 80 gun was fully destroyed there. Damaged into the light AT track. 30 cal person may finish it off. Though it's flagging out of radius now. Taking time to destroy the machine gun replacement. Panther's at full health. M10 is beyond the opposite. At 0 health. Rangers push right forward. Captain Bazooka's up and going.
Go ahead, sir.
Panzer is pushing up north.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Panzer pursuing these forces, gain some damage there. As the player right now has over 1,000 manpower, but very little fuel control nor population space. This sector has been cut off, which means he has no extra population space to work with. There's a bit of a problem there. Good hit there under the garrison. That's another thing I would say as well that should be removed from the game. All factions should have a set population count rather than increase based on the number of sectors to capture. Because these situations where it's like, if you're losing, you're in a position you can't recover due to you being overpopulation. As we're trying to capture this sector there. And 10 full health back there. To firing away. Bazookas do connect on the Panther.
Americans are seizing territory.
Grenades can throw. Good hit there on the Panzer Grenadier, and single mortar connects. Great hit on the Rangers. Mortar half track does take a hit there. Panzer Grenadier firing away. Do now have Alpha Power Shoot running on in.
The enemy is weakening even now.
I think it's off. Yep, it is off Map Power Shoot. Panther takes some damage there. This one forces injured. Does go down. M10's pushing forward. Triple impacts.
The lead Prussian unit is now available to come Coppelia.
Connects there. And there it goes.
the munitions depot. This is Panzer. Allied infantry annihilated.
I think that was a medic model.
Standing by.
I don't see any medic station on the map. It looked like a medic model. I don't think it was a sniper. Yeah, they're definitely medic models. There's a field hospital somewhere. Oh, I'm not exactly sure where. Another pair of Panthers on the field. A little bit overlines on Panthers. There's so many M10s on the field, which does make sense.
Achtung, Panzer battle groups are ready for requisition.
Another thing that I could say, as well as another possible balance change, would be the fact that since the campaign does have a Left 18, a German artillery, static artillery replacement, that could be an alternative swap out bulletin to replace the Flak 88 same defensive and or Luftwaffe ground forces as a possibility. There goes the M10. And just make it statistically equal to the US M2. Good bounces there. G43 is engaging. Good hits there. We do now have another off-power ship running on in. The Lunar Panther will skip out from it. Or maybe not entirely, getting caught up on that fuel sector. It does manage to get a splash and does go down there, so I was very much incorrect. M10's forward, or M10's moving forward, but the M10's skirting around the flanks. We have a 4 HQ here for forward healing, very nice. Rangers do have both bazookas up going, they do drop a bazooka. Rangers make it wiped on out. Light capture firing away, sticky bomb there on the Panther. Destroying him quick. And there goes the Panther there. M10 backing on off. Panther has been stick bomb, M10 does go down. Rock Squad just get wiped out there, drops a bar. And M10, the last one's starting to creep on back. M1AT guns going to overran. Sniper fighting fire support is special C3. It's wiped out there. Greyhound straight forward. I just remember another big balance change I would actually implement in the game. How scorching sectors will work. Primarily, make them use a health-based system rather than a repair ability, which is just simply a timed ability to get repaired. Just ignore the fact that you're doing like the welder animation. Give the sector some health, and so if it gets so once it gets back to full health, it will be considered repaired. And not say, oh, you interrupted you killed the one model to actually cast an ability, and then you start over. And there's no joint repair, things of that sort. And also, you can only scorch sectors that you currently control, or at least that's neutral and not being contested. The ability that you can scorch sectors while your opponent's capturing is really stupid. And maybe increase cast time. And I don't think it's actually interruptible. I think if it gets starts initiating, I don't think it can get interrupted. Things that sort. Scorched Earth needs a big rework. Sticky bomb there does connect on the Panther, but C3 Panther does get injured right there, but it's pretty healthy at the moment. Rifle squads and Rangers push forward. The Panther player has 102 tickets. As long as the game is going, the Panther player will lose since he's not doing anything to capture the other flank once again.
Morale is dropping as we hit 100 points.
Don't fuck up. Panzer confirmed.
I actually did the health-based system for Scorched Earth in my Company Heroes 2 mod. And also implement Scorched Earth into my Company Heroes 2 mod and made it accessible to certain doctrinal units and abilities to all factions. But I think it did a lot more balanced. Because it takes like 30 seconds to cast, and it can only be casted on sectors you actually own, so it's actually an investment to scorch a sector. So it's actually borderline not that usable. Panther straight forward, M10. Gets a bounce there. Greyhound does take a pen.
Quickly, man, pull back.
Sniper does get a kill there. Do not offer power shoot. Decaptures now hit retreats. Very good. One of the guys to eat a round. It was a little bit too spicy for him. Flamer Engineer sending out some flames onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Rifle squad not being fully reinforced, unless they picked up this AT gun on the way. Does send a bounce down the Panther. Panzer Grenadiers pushing their way backwards, back to the forward HQ. Which is not forward enough, apparently. Good, it's there. Light M1 AT gun does connect onto the Panther.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Another mortar half track deployed onto the field. And the flames just do get fully wiped out.
Even now. Our munition stores are under attack.
The upgrade is complete.
Snipers 27 kills. Do have a pair of Greyhounds pushing on the flanks.
Successfully completed.
There's a US landmine there. Is that from off-map combat group? Yes, off-map combat group. Don't see why he would be building more Greyhounds. He's at 0 kills. Did he get double Greyhound from off-map combat group? Is that a good or bad roll? He is lacking some units in the field. Has one M10 and a whole big mix of units, so he must be utilizing off-map combat groups. 2-2s can't do much from these Greyhounds, of course. Find the blitz on out there. Rolls a miss there. Does get engine crit.
Enemy unit.
Engine 2 quickly goes on down. We do have another pair of Panthers on the field. Greyhound's falling back. There's a lot of resource stockpiled on up, and since he has so much manpower, the company may have both supply yard upgrades, at least one, I believe. Our squad may get wiped down out. Yeah, he at least has one. Sniper backing on off. Vet 3 Panther push forward. Now it's what? 3 Panthers in the field once again. Off and power shoot raining on in. Good Panzer. Looks like the AT gun does have direct hit there. In current rate, the Panzer player has not captured another VP, so he will be losing the current rate. Even though he does have a good amount of armor, it's not going to mean much. Yes, I can bring another off-map combat group shortly. After next off-map combat group, I assume nothing dies often. It may want to go for the second supply yard upgrade. Greyhounds police on the flank. It'd be easy police. Wait. Did you just get 2 more Greyhounds? Wait. Did he just get 2 Greyhounds and a M10 and a Rifleman? How much was from that comic group? Were the M10? I know he had 1 beforehand. Did he? How much did he get from the Alpha combat group? He clearly got another pair of Greyhounds. Was there an M10 mix on with that and a Rifleman? Something didn't see right there. He must have had both M10s already. That's a lot of Greyhounds. I wasn't really good counting all too well, honestly. But something just didn't seem right about that.
Ready to fight, sir.
Well, the Greyhounds could attack his opponent's base directly and start destroying the structures. 4 Greyhounds.
We're losing ground out there.
57 mil at your
Enemy is
service.
down to 25 points.
Check your out.
And it's now advancing. Maybe setting up for another off-at combat group, stalling it out. He has plenty of VPs in exchange for some time and resources.
Ready to fight, sir.
Off-at power shoot raining down in the VP.
Enemy unit down.
It hit something. It took out something over here.
Hostiles in the compound. Losing ground out there. Attack.
If the Panthers push too far forward, he can get a nice flank there of off-at combat group. Granted, that would be subject to RNG of what that flank would be. Get some good hits there. Does get one of those models there. Drops a bar, looks like. Picks up the bar.
Rifle squad has the objective.
Does crush the carcass of the Kenigrad, you monster. He spent his manpower on something. What? I'm not exactly sure.
Cam, ready to get in there.
Oh, there it is. Going for an M2.
It's built. I have everything but a target.
Sniper can provide some good spotting. Maybe we'll spot these Panzer Grenadiers as they're trying to repair up something. That seems a good target there. Sniper should have good vision of it. M2, I see the line there. First round. Range a little bit far. Next round. Nails the light ATF track. Third round.
Enemy unit.
Nails one of the Panzer Grenadiers. Wipes out entirely. Got modeled up another one. Sniper connects to the Panzer Grenadier. Leaving one guy remaining. And she just rams into his base and lead the points for a while. He can lead the points for a while for a bit of time. Like I said before, and though I do want to see the next supply yard upgrade relatively soon. Our squad be hit. Does get suppressed there. Frag grenade thrown. Hit the only Panzer Grenadier. Oh, we got a Panther and Panzer Grenadiers trying to go for the VP. He needs the Panzer player definitely needs to go for a triple capture. Yes, he maybe have captured his favor, but 22 tickets is not good enough buffer. He needs to close the game out sooner rather than later. Off of power shoot running in somewhere. Over here. And there goes the Panzer Grenadier. And one AT gun now deployed in the field. And the US player, look how much munitions he has. He has over 600 munitions at the moment. Panther does fall back.
57mm at your service.
M2 should be off cooldown relatively by now. AT guns hitting that Panther quite hard. Sniper providing good spotter. That seems a good target for our howitzer barrage. Here, yep, looks like the Pwnstick is striking there. Oh, that was off a power shoot, looks like. Does get engine crit there. Rangers gets up some hit there. Mega destroy the crit there. And one AT gun on the flank. Greyhound to finish it off. AT gun picks up the Panther, giving it efficiency too. Howitzer barrage can be back to the base sector. Does he get 2-2 there with Bazooka? This Panther's quite wounded. Getting grabbed there. Immobilized. The Cassidy player is also running low on VPs once again. Panther takes him. Is there? Do now have the controls being brought on in? Greyhound just causing issues. M10 does go down. There goes that vehicle. Greyhound, maybe I'll take the light ATF track out. M10 goes, or Greyhound goes down there. Eventually through AT gun should go take the Panther. I'll get to C3 because of that. Out of control. Does take out the Greyhound there.
Enemy unit
Gets
down.
position 3 in the AT gun. Flamethrower trick forward. Panther wounded. M2 could strike something over here. Another off-my convoy brought on in. Also, the Greyhound's posed a threat to the Panther, though it is backed up to the corner. And those artillery barrage does strike the light ATF track. Kenigrad needs to go straight for the VP. He's about to lose the game. Got the 30 cal here, which could load up armor-piercing rounds. Does with the AT gun.
Sector.
He can't fall back. He has not enough VPs remaining. Yep, he should have sacked the Kenigrad there. Greyhound's hitting the Panther. But C3 AT gun may won't take it out in time. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.